Taste Bud gang, Taste Bud family, it's your girl Tastee. If you are new to my channel, you want to join our family, you can most definitely do so by hitting the subscription box below. And if you are a returning subscriber, what it do, gang? What it do, baby? I appreciate your continued support more than any and everything. If y'all can do me a favor and go ahead and like this video, y'all already support me, so I know it ain't nothing for y'all to just click the like button, that little 1 second. I appreciate you so much. It helps get the video out there for other people, and I most definitely would like for people to be able to receive this message. Overall, I set the intentions for it to fall into whoever's path that it's supposed to, but the like just helps it reach a larger audience. So I truly appreciate you. So I do recommend watching the very first video in this series, you guys. It talks about this trauma spread that we're going to be doing. I recommend watching that video. It's the first video on this playlist. And I put a little disclaimer in the beginning as well. It shouldn't really trigger anything, but I'm not really 100% sure when it comes to how people take certain messages. Like I'm not going to actually be asking, what was a traumatic situations you've been through, or discussing it. It's really just steps you can take to heal and et cetera, and et cetera. So I do heavily recommend watching that very first video for sure. But we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start off with a positive affirmation card like always, okay? So thank you so very much, Spirit. I truly, truly appreciate you for allowing for me to be a clear channel and a clear beacon of light. Thank you so much for allowing for me to be able to receive this message from my Leos. So what positive affirmation cards you like to start them off with? Can you show me clearly, please? Positive affirmation cards you like to start my Leos off with? All right, so 2 cards came out. So we have, I now create a wonderful new job. So it says, I am totally open and receptive to a wonderful new position, using my creative talents and abilities, working for and with people I love at a wonderful location and earning good money. And then we have, I am at peace with my sexuality. I rejoice in my sexuality and in my own body. My body is perfect for me in this lifetime. I embrace myself with love and compassion. And this is really cool because if y'all follow me on Instagram, every Tuesday I do daily energy updates for from each sign in Leo. Y'all had got this earlier this week. So also follow me on Instagram. I post more on there when I can't work up my energy to post a YouTube video. So it's _ TasteOfDivinity. So but yeah, I'm getting heavy heart chakra, you guys. Heavy doing things that align with your heart. Heavy being around people that you genuinely love. Heavy doing things that you genuinely love. Projects, relationships. Heavy digging into a deeper level of loving yourself. I do feel like you're kind of tolerating doing anything that you don't love. You're just like, this is my life. I deserve to not only enjoy it, but I deserve to love it. I deserve to love it, not like, but love. Okay, so I do feel like you are most definitely wanting to dig deeper, dig your roots deeper in just how you show up for yourself, the love that you have for yourself, because I feel like as you realize, like, as you love yourself more, you're not going to tolerate certain types of things when it comes to the people you work with, the things that you do, the things that you allow, etc., etc. So you're just like, I'm going to focus on my own self-love, and I'm going to build a stronger foundation in that, so that I can just raise my standards on what I believe I deserve and stuff. Okay, so that's really cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on your actual spread. Thank you so very much, Spirit. Can you show me clearly where my Leos are at currently? Y'all know I like to do the where you're at currently, just so you can know if it's like your current story right now based off the energies that are around you. Okay, so thank you so very much, Spirit. Can you show me clearly where my Leos at currently? Okay, so we have the Five of Wands, you guys. This do talk about a lot of battles, petty arguments, drama in the workplace, internal battles, but external battles as well. This is almost like feeling in competition with people feeling like they're in competition with you, coming from a scarcity mindset, insecurities, feeding into insecurities, maybe even having insecure people around you. This is most definitely fighting, and I do feel like it is a workplace. So, this is like, for me, the Five of Wands is like corporate America. Um, and it doesn't necessarily have to be, but it is like it's like the standardized version of corporate America. You can most definitely have a job where everybody uh, embrace their roles, and they're all prosperous beings and blah blah this and blah blah that. But for the most part, a lot of people like to, I'm willing to bring other people down to get to this particular type of position. You have those people who I'm a snitch on you, to make myself look better, type of thing. This is the type of environment that you're in. It could be your friend group, but I see a lot of you guys, it's the environment that you're working in, where it's just a lot of drama, a lot of petty arguments, a lot of who let's see who's the best, let's see who has the best spotlight, like let's see who can one up each other, type of thing, looking for validation outside of yourself, versus just understanding that we all are secure people, we all can be abundant, type of thing. So I do feel like you're most definitely, for surely, focusing on your pentacle, and most definitely seeing, how you can close certain cycles up in your life. But I do see where you are also learning how to be more independent, because this King of Pentacles, I would say, is most definitely someone who works at a traditional job, or someone who does a lot of hands-on activity, a lot of physical labor, who puts in a lot of physical efforts and things. And I do see you want to learn more how to use your own creative abilities, because the Queen of Wands is an entrepreneur. Queen of Wands is someone who has their own business. The Queen of Wands is someone who has a lot of imperfections and who's been through a lot of things that really add on to their story to help them be able to actually develop a perfect business, for people who has been through similar things as them, so they can create a lot of projects, or put their own personality into particular things because of the things that they've been through in their past, or the things that they're going through currently. So I do feel like you are most definitely wanting to learn how to use your personality and use your energy to create something that is yours, just yours, being more independent, because I do feel like you're kind of a little fed up with working for and building other people up. And oh my God, I love this. I love that the Queen of Wands is right here with the Five of Wands. You see how that Five of Wands, these people are looking outside of themselves, and they're climbing on each other's wands. They're using each other's wand to help them get to a light. But like with the Queen of Wands, you see she has her own wand. She's like, I don't really have to use your wand or your energy to create something that I have that's literally within me. And she's creating it from her hand. Like, I wish it would focus, but if y'all could really really see, like, that light is in her hand, and she has that wand in her hand too. So she's like, I don't need to try to use other people's energies, or other people's actions to try to gain something within myself. I know that I can create it within myself. And I love it with the Queen of Wands, because you can get around other independent people, other people who understand, who's secure within themselves, who also understands their energy as well, and they can help push things towards you. But they're not going to be like, when it comes to this energy right here, this is like, I'm only using you to get to a light. I'm only using you to help me get to this level, but literally only one person can get this light. Only one person can be in the spotlight. This type of energy, or people who, like, if you're doing better than them, then they will switch up on you, But with this type of energy, this is a sense of security within yourself, despite the imperfections, despite insecurities that you have. You still understand that you have the power to create the things that you truly want. I do feel like this is you wanting to learn how to do that, learning how to just use your own energy to create the things that you want. So that's very beautiful. I do see that you are slowly making progress away from endings, things that have run their course that you can't necessarily change, that do give you a lot of trauma, that give you a lot of anxiety, that does make it difficult for you to move on from, but I do see you are slowly making progress away from it because you're tired of feeling lonely, you're tired of feeling left out in the cold, and you're tired of feeling like you don't really have a place to call a home. I do feel like it's like a peace within yourself. Like even if you have a home environment, you don't feel at peace, you don't feel stable, and I do feel like this is something that you're kind of getting fed up with. And so you're just seeing how you can stop numbing yourself. You're seeing how you can feel more. You're seeing how you can be more secure within yourself. You're seeing how you can stop looking outside of yourself for answers, validation, for even assistance. It's beautiful to have encouragement and support from people who have these, who are in the Juan family as well, but they're independent too. Okay, so these people, if these are people in your life, they're not going to do the work for you, but they are going to teach you how to use your own energy to create things for you, and they're going to encourage that energy out in you as well. They're going to encourage you to be an independent person. They're not going to just do the work for you. Okay, so the Five of Wands, it can be like that. Like, hey, you do this, I do this, you do this, I do this, and we make this letter, we help each other out. But when we get to this point right here, it's a face off. We both, like, someone has to win, type of thing. That's not how it is with the Juan family. We are all winners when it comes to that. Okay, so I do feel like this is you wanting to shift away from this type of mindset, this scarcity mindset, and even dealing with individuals who operate out of that scarcity mindset, that lack mentality. Okay, so that's where you're at currently. There's a lot of drama around you. It's a lot of he say she say petty type of things. These are obstacles that are supposed to strengthen you, you guys. When it comes to being in this energy, this is an opportunity for you to step outside of yourself to realize, like, I don't have to feed into this type of energy, because I understand that I can actually create this on my own, type of thing. I don't have to feed into the drama. I don't have to feed into proving myself or explaining myself, because I understand what I can create for myself. Okay? I don't have to change this and this about me to keep you in my life, because anything that you do for me is just literally seen as a blessing. It's seen as sprinkles, because I can do it, like, I can create things on my own. I don't need you. I would appreciate you, but I don't need you. Okay, so let's see. What are going to be some hidden things that your trauma may be blocking from you currently? So at this very moment, you have particular opportunities around you, particular energies around you. Let's see what your trauma may be blocking from you currently. Can you show me clearly, please? Came out fast. So we have the Hangman. The Hangman just talks about your perspective on things. It also talks about taking a step back. To gain a better perspective on certain things. So we have the Two of Cups here, and this talks about relationships. We have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles talks about waiting. It talks about investments. It talks about quality over quantity. Okay, look at those roots. Okay, so I do feel like with opportunities that is blocking from you, we got the Six of Wands, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups. Ooh, baby, the Star card. It's a lot of beautiful energy under here. But with the Hangman, this just talks about tough positions. It talks about waiting periods. Okay, so like I said, quality over quantity when it comes to what you're investing in, particular relationships that you're investing in. Understanding that those, especially when it comes to you building things within yourself, when it comes to you reinventing yourself, building particular businesses, building particular relationships, you have to be mindful of the relationships that are around you, the ones who you are calling your roots. Okay, the ones who you are calling your roots, because if your foundation isn't strong, if your roots aren't strong, then when the storm comes, like I said, when the face off comes, those people aren't really going to be here for you. So I do feel like the hidden things that your trauma may be blocking from you right now is just understanding the the bright side that comes from obstacles in relationships, because the hangman is like a very tough position and your perspective is key. I love when obstacles happen in relationships now, because that's when true colors are shown. Okay, because sometimes when things get tough, a lot of people fall off. Sometimes when things get tough, a lot of people, like I said, true colors are most definitely shown. And so in those instances, it's like you actually having a different perspective when it comes to you being in tough positions. You not even being able to provide as much, because I see with this hangman, it's like you being tied up. You're not able to take as many actions as you want. It's beautiful to be in those positions, because that's when you see who's truly here for you. You know, people who genuinely love you, it doesn't matter what you do for them. They genuinely just want you to be happy, regardless if you're in their life or not. And they're going to speak that life in you regardless. Now, people who only want something from you, you're going to see their actions change and shift when you're no longer providing for them, when you're no longer able to do the things that you used to do for them in the past, and et cetera and et cetera. So I do feel like the hidden things that is blocking from you, that your trauma may be blocking from you, is just you understanding the seeing a brighter side when it comes to particular uh, obstacles in your life, and even those relationships when it comes to that, because the Seven of Pentacles just talks about investing in relationships, like, and the Two of Cups is like soulmates type of relationships, divine type of connections, connections that help you heal, connections that bring you happiness, connections that do praise you, connections that show you unconditional love. But with this Five of Pentacles here, this is like feeling lonely, feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you can't really trust your intuition, you know, feeling like you really can't tap into your happiness, you know. And I do feel like it could be because maybe even certain things that you're telling yourself when it comes to particular relationships. But it's just understanding that some things do take time. Relationships are like seeds. Y'all see, like those things, like those different roots, you know, it takes a minute for it to grow, but this person's being very intentional with the energy that they're putting into it. Okay, so it's like, even though on the surface it looks like a small tree, but if you see below the surface, those roots, they're rooted pretty deeply, and those are pentacles. Okay, those are seeds. Pentacles are things that can grow into something much more. Okay, so it's just like you understanding that even the relationships that you have are seeds, you know. And so it's just like you want to make sure you're actually picking good seeds. Okay, seeds, strong seeds, seeds that can actually grow into something that's going to help you grow. Okay, so it's like, are you investing in seeds and people and relationships that are actually going to aid you and help you when you undergo obstacles, when you undergo difficult time? Like, do you have rooted people in your life to help you when you're going through difficult times? And if not, this is like, okay, you need to direct your energy towards finding people like that, and then you need to invest in them, and understanding that it's going to take some time before you actually see what y'all are growing into, and even what y'all are growing, period. But understanding that it's a seed and it's rooted, and those people put in actual efforts. They're intentional with things that they do, they're intentional with the things that they say. So even when y'all are going through tough positions, even when y'all are in tough positions, y'all have that right mindset. Y'all aren't going to turn into each other's enemy during difficult position, because y'all understand the process of life. Okay, so I do feel like the hidden things that your trauma may be blocking from you is just understanding that perspective, you know. That it takes time to grow things. It takes time to grow relationships. It takes time for the relationships to sprout into something. But you do want to make sure that you have people who are intentional, and then you also want to make sure you are as well being intentional with the particular relationships. Whatever you put your energy towards, grow. Okay, so making sure you're putting your energy towards relationships, and even efforts, you know, and even mindsets that will help you grow. Mindsets and perspectives that will help you grow. If it's a perspective on a particular relationship that you feel like isn't really helping you grow into the person that you want to grow into, then release that mindset. Release that way of thinking. That way of thinking isn't really aiding me and growing into the person that I really want to be. And that's just like really understanding what your rooted beliefs are, even about relationships in your life. What are your rooted beliefs? What are your grounded beliefs when it comes to relationships? What are your rooted beliefs and grounded beliefs when it comes to obstacles? What are your rooted beliefs and your grounded belief when it comes to obstacles with friends? You know, how do you solve them? Do you just cut them off? Do you even have a routine set in place to actually solve problems in? Do you even discuss the problem, or do you just avoid it? You know? So, hidden things that can help remove these blockages of just shifting your perspective on particular relationships in your life. Thank you so very much, Spirit. I truly appreciate you. Can you show me what are going to be some hidden things that can help my Leos remove, that can help them remove these blockages? So we have the Hierophant card. Okay, so the Hierophant card talks about professional help. It talks about a teacher. It talks about a mentor. Some of you guys, this could be your role. You know, you could be the role of the Hierophant. And that is, like I said, it's a teacher, it's a mentor, it's people who help their community. It also talks about leaning on your faith during very difficult times, leaning on assistance during very difficult time, not being afraid to reach out for help. So I do feel like for a lot of you guys, it's most definitely reaching out for professional help, a mentor or something, because with this Eight of Swords being here, the Eight of Swords just talks about someone who feels mentally blocked, mentally stuck, and they don't know how or why they're in the position that they're in. So it's like the way that they think keeps them stuck, it keeps them stagnant, and it causes for them to belittle their emotions. Their perspective is just not right. I like to say someone's perspective is not right. The perspective doesn't aid in your peace. The perspective doesn't help you create the life that you feel like you truly, truly deserve, because this person does feel stuck. So by right, that's what I mean, because we all have different perspectives on life. However, the perspective that you want for you, the perspective that you have, does not align with the way that you want your life to be. And I can see that from these cards. So we have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, your routine thoughts do not aid in you seeing yourself as the person who you are. So I do feel like, some of you guys, if you are this Hierophant, this is like you've taken a training. It's like an unbiased teacher. It could be a preacher. It could most definitely be a pastor of some sort. But it's like you would have to, if you are the Hierophant, this is only for a few of you guys. I see that some of you guys actually are the Hierophant. This is you actually seeing yourself as this role and understanding that you have to have certain routines set in place, and that you do have free will, but you have to understand your own independence. You have to be able to use your discernment. You have to be able to have very strong boundaries. You have to be confident in yourself. You have to be confident in the words that you speak. You have to be confident in your own boundaries. You have to be confident in the knowledge that you have. You have to be confident in the things that you've invested in. Because for those of y'all who are the Hierophant, because I'll talk about the rest of y'all who need the assistance, but those of y'all who have the Hierophant, this is the work that you put day in and day out. You put in a lot of work. You studied a lot. You have rituals set in place. You're very intentional with the things that you do. You're very, very intentional with everything that you do. And so this is just like understanding you have the choice to see yourself as the way that you are, and you have the choice to actually embrace your skills, your gifts, your talents. You have the choice to be able to, better. You know better than most. Okay, so this is like seeing yourself as this person so you can embrace perspectives, and it's like understanding that you can't really get as super connected to a lot of different people, because you have to understand your role as the Hierophant. And the person who's just a Hierophant, they just help, they assist, they don't get so involved in other people's problems to the point where they take it on as their own, but they're there just to be able to help guide people. guide. The Hierophant is a guide. Okay, so it's like I'll give you advice. I'll ask you questions to help you come to your own conclusions, but I'm not going to get so invested in your problems and your BS to the point where it starts negatively affecting me, to the point where your anxiety becomes my anxiety, to the point where I'm now jaded because I became so invested in your problems. Okay, now for those of you guys who are genuinely stuck, like you do not understand why things aren't going right for you. You don't understand your own feelings. You don't understand your own emotions. You don't understand, you know, why you keep being in these situations where this is happening, that is happening, and et cetera, et cetera. It's because of your perspective. It's because of your thoughts. Um, it's because of your routine thoughts. It's because of the way you jump to particular conclusions. And I do see that you're just not able to see that. You're not able to see that how your routine thoughts are causing for you to feel like you're in a mental prison, for causing you to see things that aren't really there. You see how she sees herself in the mirror versus how she is in reality. It does not correlate with each other. Okay, and it's been so routine that you literally have wrapped yourself up in a you wrapped yourself up in a mental prison of your own thoughts, and it's very difficult for you to get out of it right now because you don't even see it for yourself. So with this Hierophant card, this is you reaching out for assistance. This is you reaching out for unbiased assistance to help you um, gain a better perspective, to help you establish better routine thoughts, to help you set up routines to help you feel free mentally, to help you set up better routines to help you feel free mentally, to help you set up better routines and plans to help you um, feel like you can be independent within yourself, to set up routines to help you understand that you do have free will, and to help you understand what faith is, and to help you even develop certain gifts within yourself, spiritual gifts within yourself, etc. and etc. So the hidden things that can help you remove the blockages is the Hierophant card. Some of you guys, like I said, and it's a very small amount. And for those of y'all who's wondering if it's which is which, the Hierophant, you want to be this person who helps your community. Okay, like you have put in the work. If you have not put in the work to learn things, to develop your mind and stuff, that's not for you. Okay, not saying you can't be a Hierophant, but I'm saying then the message isn't for you. You're the side who needs the assistance. Um, because you don't understand how your own routine thoughts are keeping you in a place of being stagnant. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going to help you. But for those of y'all who are the Hierophant, this is just you leaning on your faith and understanding that things are a process. Okay, so you don't overthink so much to the point where it gets you stuck. Okay, don't even feed into those overthinking thoughts because you put in a lot of work. And remember where I said when you don't understand, you can't 100% see the growth just yet, but those roots are very strong. Since you've been so intentional with the things that you've been putting in, you're very intentional with everything you put out there, all your efforts. You literally think of what this action will lead into, type of thing. So it's just like you have grounded yourself. You don't understand, under the surface level you have very strong roots. Things are just now starting to sprout. Understand, as you go through things, like your stuff is going to stand. You are going to stand because you've been so intentional. So this is just trusting your process. This is having faith. This is what's going to help you remove these blockages of having a better perspective, of legit just having faith, trusting your energy, trusting the things that you've been doing, trusting the things that you've been studying. You've been putting in the work. Okay, you have been reaching out for assistance. You have been sharpening your knife. You have been learning from mentors. You have a high teachability index. Okay, so this is just trusting the process when it comes to that. Okay, so hidden things that can help remove blockages. Are not hidden things that can help remove the blockages, possible obstacles to be mindful of. Thank you so very much, Spirit. I truly appreciate you. And both of these are both of these are major arcana, so it's most definitely major things in your life, things that will be relevant for a few months. And where you're at currently, I see that's a 5-2. You're at a testing point. Okay, you're at a testing point, and when you have that stability within yourself, these outside sources, the outside drama and stuff, they're not going to be able to affect you. Don't let them make you doubt yourself. Okay, because this is insecure energy. Don't feed into insecure energy. Feed into your own security within yourself. You have the power to create. Okay, some people are so insecure that they're going to try to place their insecurities on you, and they get jealous for the person that you've become. So I'm really assuming that whoever's watching this is most definitely a higher fund, you know, because that's what they're talking about the most. But I do see some of you guys that you most definitely are the ones who need some deeper assistance, and it's just like, don't feel bad for needing assistance, because even the higher fund needs assistance, you know, like we have to learn certain things as well. We reach out for mentors, we reach out for teachers. We don't just like we don't just come out and say things like it's research done. You feel me? Like it's research, it's things that you've learned, it's things that you read up on, you know. It's you learning from your own experiences as well. It's you taking the lessons from the things that you've been through and putting it into things to help other people as well. Okay, so let's see, possible obstacles to be mindful of. Show me clearly, please, Spirit, possible obstacles for my Leos to be mindful of. So we have the Queen of Cups here, you guys. This could be a mother figure for a lot of you guys, but it could also be someone with motherly energy, but it also just talks about overly mothering people. Queen of Cups, like she loves to be here for her community. So we have the Three of Swords here. There's a lot of heartache. Okay, so I do feel like with this Queen of Cups here, this could be you over mothering other people to compensate for the lack of love that you had from either your mom and slash R, to compensate for the heartache that you feel. Okay, so it's just like you feel like if you over love people, it can help fill your cup up in a way versus just giving that love to yourself. Okay, so I do feel like the possible obstacles to be mindful of is most definitely that. Um, Constantly giving out love when you have a broken heart, and the only reason why that's detrimental to yourself is because when those situations happen, when there's an obstacle, if your heart is broken, you're not going to have the right perspective as far as a situation can happen and you can feel personally attacked. A situation happens and you no longer love that person because they're not providing for you the things that you know they used to, and blah this and blah that. It's because your heart isn't whole. When you have a whole heart, you have a pure heart. Your heart just knows how to love. Your heart just wants to love, even if you are no longer receiving the resources and blah this and blah that from those people. Your heart just wants to love. Okay, so I do feel like the possible obstacle to be mindful of is most definitely overcompensating. Okay, so most definitely over loving people as a way for, I don't know, validation, as a way to ignore your own healing, as a way to not develop your own spiritual gifts, as a way to ignore uh, the process, the process that it comes from healing, because this Temperance card talks about patience. Okay, so this is like patience as you're healing yourself, giving yourself enough time to heal your heart. It takes, like, especially with the Three of Swords, because these are traumatic things that you've been through. The Three of Swords isn't something to play with. It's like you feeling physical pain from things that you've been through, emotions that you feel the physical pain from emotions. Okay, it's painful. It takes some time to heal. Not only will you got to put your heart, like if you cut yourself, you see it takes a few weeks for it to heal, and that's your skin and stuff. This is your heart. Okay, so it's gonna take some time, especially if you continuously put yourself out there, like if you continuously put yourself out there and you don't even sit down to allow for your heart to heal, it's just causing for those wounds to open back up, if that makes sense. So this is like giving yourself time to actually heal, and truly trusting your intuition when it comes to the love that you need to give to yourself. This is nurturing yourself, okay? Because we do have this Knight of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and that's going back and forth, okay? Yes, okay, I finally got enough, I got a little bit of love, I feel good, let me go pour it into somebody else. When your heart isn't even full yet, your heart isn't even healed yet, and that's what causes these tower moments to happen. That's why those foundations are so weak. That's why it's so difficult to establish deep connections, strong connections. Even with because tower moments isn't just connections, but I see a lot of you guys, this is a lot about relationships, but it could talk about businesses as well. Even a sense of stability within yourself. It's because you're not being consistent when it comes to filling your own cup up, and keeping that energy to yourself, and just giving people that overflow. Okay, so most definitely being patient with yourself, quality over quantity. You want to be able to give quality love, and when it comes to you giving quality love, you have to give yourself time to heal. You're not even going to be able to truly provide the type of love, or even traits, or even emotional vulnerability in particular relationships, if you don't give yourself time to heal. You don't give yourself time to understand yourself. You don't even give yourself time to declutter certain things. Because when it comes to this card right here, like you have to go through the darkness first to get to that light. And it's a journey, and it takes some time. It can't be rushed. It's like really, really being patient and understanding this quality over quantity. And if I go too fast, then these foundations are going to break down again. Take your time. Even that Hierophant card talks about being patient. You said this person's just waiting, having faith that it's okay. I don't have to rush my healing process, because when I'm ready to put myself back out there, I'm going to truly attract the people who are here for me. And I promise you guys, the people who truly, truly love you, they are going to be patient with you. They're going to be patient with you when it comes to your healing process, and they're going to encourage it in you, and they're not going to make you feel bad because you have to heal. I promise you that. Okay. So we're going to go on to your angels. Messages from your angels. Whew. So we have Mystique at the bottom of the deck. Keep charging ahead and do not take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear. Serena, I'm the angel of abundance, and you will receive the money that you need, and God is in charge of how that will happen. Have faith. Literally have faith. This is what's going to help you remove these blockages of not seeing things from the right perspective, especially if you guys are the Hierophant. Yeah, this message is most definitely for a lot of you guys who are this Hierophant. And understanding sometimes you have to go to new levels. It's okay to reach out for assistance if you need it as well. We all need our knives sharpened. But when it comes to you being a Hierophant, someone who affects your community, certain situations and relationships, they do end, but it's like you affected that area. Regardless if those people are no longer in your life, you being in their life affected them in a positive way. Okay, so it would just be understanding the perspective on that. So we have Akasha. You are a spiritual teacher. You have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gift and divine life mission. Sometimes they're not going to always be in your life, and that's okay. They have to go out there and fly. They have to also go out there and figure themselves out. You can't do everything for everybody. They have to be independent within themselves, and they also have to go affect the people in the groups that they're supposed to affect. Okay, they are able to resonate with different people than you are. Okay, so it's just like you help develop them. You help develop leaders. That's what you do. That's very awesome. It's beautiful, very beautiful. So we have Daniel, I'm the angel of marriage and I'm assisting you right now. I do feel like this is you keeping your commitments to your commitments. The Hierophant card talks about a heavy commitment. It does talk about marriage as well, but it's I don't really do romantic relationships when it comes to this. So I do feel like it's you being committed to your purpose, you being committed to your mission, you being committed to who you are, your heart, your soul, your love, the love that you want, the things that you want to do for people. But I do see if you don't have that right perspective, it is going to seem like you're not getting anywhere. And it's because you aren't, you're not understanding like what you're doing. You are affecting people's roots. You're affecting their roots. Ooh, yes. You're affecting their roots. You're affecting things on a surface level. The things that you're affecting in people, you're not going to really be able to see it, but you're going to be able to feel it. And it is going to take some time. You're going to be able to see it years later. And I mean like 10, 7, like this is a long time. Pentacles move very slow, but they're very, very stable. Long term. Quality over quantity. You affect the quality of people. You change the quality of people. And then we have Indrael, you are a light worker. God needs you to shine your divine light and love like an angel upon earth and all of its inhabitants. So all of these go hand in hand on just your own purpose and your own mission and who you are. And I love that service is here. It just talks about being of service to people, like understanding that that is your mission, to be of service. It's not to get this or to get that or to get money or to get appreciation. It's legit to serve the people. And as you have faith, I promise you, everything that you put out there, you're going to get back. It's going to take some time, but you just got to have faith. You got to trust the person that you are. You got to trust your own energy. You got to trust how you affect these people because you affect them. So what positive affirmation card or additional messages you have for my, we got perseverance, baby. Okay. So this talks about your sacral. So your sacral chakra just talks about mastering emotional discipline so you can master how to manifest anything and everything in your life. It's talking about paying attention to your emotions but not necessarily acting off of them, okay? So perseverance says this card refers to movement and true feelings. Focus on that which supports you. You may have a heightened emotional state, and this card can inspire or discourage. You're being offered a way of getting something back on track, and literally they're saying your perspective, it can inspire or discourage, and your perspective is everything. Because yeah, and one perspective you can see, damn, this shit is falling apart, this shit always happen, like I always lose people, I always lose things. Or another perspective you can understand is because it's quality over quantity. I'm taking my time when it comes to who I want to invest in. I'm taking my time with the relationships that I want to develop. I'm taking the time when it comes to developing myself. So yes, certain things are going to break down when they're not meant for me. Okay, and that's why I have to persevere and I have to understand, like I have to have that perspective that these things that break down, they break down because they're not meant for me. I don't belong here. I didn't belong in that situation because I want quality over quantity. Perspective is everything. So perseverance at a deeper glance says don't quit before the miracle. When we do our chosen work, we are serving the highest order. If we stop, we upset the universal balance. What you work towards will materialize. You may not see it, but it lies ahead. Well, baby, I just pray that this message falls into whoever hands it's supposed to be for, because I know it's for someone in particular. This is for a particular person who's doubting their purpose. So it says, can I ignore the feelings that will sidetrack me? Will I let go of fear and persevere? Breaking through unseen help at work, feeling taken for granted, literally feeling taken for granted. Overcoming doubt, steadfast success, and miracles. So the meditation for this says, imagine yourself walking along a path wrapped in a cloak. You reach a glass wall, and through the glass you see your goals. Step forward and pass through the wall. Your cloak falls to the ground, staying with your past. Let it go. You do not need it anymore. So, this doubt, you attaching yourself to your past, you attaching to yourself to, the things that you did in your past. It's like release it and let it go. Things that people have said about you, labels that people have given to you, let it go, release it. You had to go through those situations, but if you genuinely learned from those situations and you changed your behavior, that's why you went through those situations. Because there are certain people who are going to go through the situations that you've been through, and they don't even believe that they can get out of those situations. They don't believe that they can change and that they can grow, but you changed and you grew. You changed and you grew so you can help other people do the same, okay? So, look at that. Patience, baby. Patience. So this is going to be your last card and we're going to wrap it up. Thank you so very much. Spirit, additional messages you have for my Leos. So we have victim consciousness, self-sabotage at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so 12, victim consciousness. I just wish it would just like focus a little bit. There we go. Stop blaming others and take responsibility for what you are creating. It is easy to think that life is unfair and point the fingers at others. If you hear yourself saying life is unfair, bad things always happen to me, I'm not good enough, nobody cares about me, why me, I can't do what I want to do, etc., then you are losing your power in nourishing your victim aspect and asserting your place in the victim club. Your inner victim can stop you from moving forward by creating dramas, making you judge others, telling you that you don't deserve better, and keeping you stuck in a financial rut. You need to build your internal confidence, self worth, and courage. Get out of your comfort zone and work on expanding and growing in all areas of your life. The light side of the victim archetype is the victorious part, which can help you hold your power without getting angry and attacking others. It can also assist you to create healthy boundaries and act from a place of honesty, integrity, compassion, and love. All of these cards go so hand in hand, baby. So I tell you, this message in particular is so specific for you, and I really do pray that you receive it all, because the oracles, they all flow. It all flows. So the action for this says visualize your inner victim. Ask to be aware when you're acting like a victim, and then ask your inner victim to show you how you could behave in a more empowered way. How do you need to think, feel, and act to be empowered? On a daily basis, ask yourself, am I acting from an empowered, victorious perspective or a victim perspective? And your perspective is key. And that's most definitely what your trauma is blocking from you. You being able to, you guys, a lot of us go through very tough situations. Some people allow for their trauma to cause hurt on other people. Other people, they allow for their trauma for them to step up into a role to actually help other people who've been through that same situation and help them heal and help them make something of their life. So the choice is yours, and understand that. But with that being said, I love you guys so much. I pray that this message resonated for whoever it's supposed to. I love you guys. Sending you healing energy always. And remember, you guys are always lit and we're always growing, okay? Toodles.